What's good, y'all? Pro W1 here with another reaction. Thank y'all for coming over here and watching this video with me. If y'all could, before we get into it, hit that post notification bell to know when I'm coming with another video for y'all. I would deeply appreciate it. And you already know, we here with another ABBA and Preach video. So shout out to them. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This video is Burning the Destiny Bridge. So I guess they don't fuck with Destiny no more because of what he said about. If y'all didn't know, during the whole when Trump almost got assassinated thing that happened, I think like a few weeks ago or something like that, Destiny came out and said a whole bunch of crazy shit on his YouTube channel and stuff like that a lot of people didn't agree with. A lot of people didn't see the ways of his views of what he was saying. A lot of it was wild. A lot of it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie to you. So we finna watch ABBA and Preach talk about it right here, y'all. So. Let's get into it. And shout out to them. We're going to bow right here. All right, let's get into it, y'all.
I think the only unfortunate thing about this whole video is that it might have been out of focus. All right, today's topic, by popular demand, everyone wanted us to cover my girl Destiny and her recent comments. And if you aren't aware, after the Trump assassination attempt, in which I think someone else in the crowd ended up passing away from the bullet that missed Trump. A lot of people had a lot of things to say. A lot of people were talking about it. We were on vacation, so I didn't really give. And also, I'm not American, so not my country, not my problem. Destiny made some comments, essentially laughing, didn't really care. If I could summarize everything in a very gleeful tone, he was saying, fuck around and find out, which I hope is a pretty fair summation of what he was essentially trying to say. He says, if you're somebody who engages in violent rhetoric, as Trump does according to him, and if you're one of his supporters who support somebody who's an
DJ Harris, thank you for the follow, my brother. Thank you for the follow so much. Deeply appreciate it. Thank you
insurrectionist who wanted to overthrow their government.
Hey, you know what? Hold on. I gotta hit you with the. Appreciate you.
Suspend the Constitution, yada, yada, yada. I don't really care if bad things happen to you because you're the kind of person who encourages people to violence. That was a mistake, and he's like, I don't care. And he said so by making jokes, and a lot of people had a problem with it. They felt it was insensitive, it was disgusting, etc., etc. Is that a fair summation? Yeah. All right, I saw some people saying he endorses assassination attempts, or he's saying people should. It's not what he said. From everything I've seen, and I'll probably post the clips of him talking about it, he hasn't said that.
Get the dude, the firefighter guy, Trump, the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, you don't, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
A person in a crowd cheering for and supporting a traitor to this country caught astray, I'm so sad, please. As well as Donald Trump incited an insurrection and then was granted full criminal immunity for possibly all of his involvement. I have zero sympathy for anything that happens to him or anyone who supports him. If I've offended anyone with my recent tweets, I'd like to make things right. DM me and I'll buy you front row seats to the next Trump rally. There was this moment where Piers Morgan says you seem almost gleeful, then saying that makes you frankly despicable, with Destiny responding.
I don't think I'm gleeful about anything. I don't think anybody should die. I don't think anybody deserves to die.
Which you can still say is incredibly bad, but I just want to be accurate as possible. So, listen, I'll say this, man. Sometimes y'all DM me or leave me comments. You're like, oh, you afraid to talk about your girl? I don't give a. First off, fuck you and fuck anybody who had a problem with saying this shit. I ain't afraid of saying none of this stuff. And I think a lot of you in the fan base have gotten very comfortable because you've seen that for a long time. We've covered trans women in sports or all this other stuff. So you think like we perfectly align with some of you on the far right where you guys are like, I don't believe in none of this. I'm not with you. I have no problem saying that. And if me saying that bothers you, you need to take a hike, okay? Just because I made fun of fucking dweeby liberals who want to have safe spaces and do all this corny shit, it does not mean I'm some right-winger who thinks all libs are bad, okay? That's you. Now, we don't align there. If you can handle that, stick around. If you can't, that's none of my business. But don't ever think that I'm afraid to espouse what I'm thinking just to keep you around. I don't care. I'm going to say my thoughts whether you leave or not, whether we go down 1 million subs or not. I don't care. And as far as what Destiny goes, I'm not bothered by it at all. Why? Because the way he talks is normal for American political landscape, okay? I have seen it degenerate over the last 10 years, especially since Trump joined, where people say all kinds of stuff, including Trump himself. I've watched Trump say he wanted to punch protesters in the face.
And he's walking out, and we're not allowed, the guards are very gentle with him. He's walking out like big high fives, smiling, laughing, like to punch him in the face, I'll tell you.
Did something mute?
And we'll stand up to
Why was it
crazy
muted?
Nancy Pelosi, who ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing, by the way? Anybody know?
And what you thought we'll talk to you about that later.
Yeah, but there's not going to be time. I'm just curious if you have the
Speak
right
with
now.
Shane, please.
But you don't.
Sick and tired of you guys. The last guy that came in here, you did the same thing. Get the hell out of here. Get the hell out of here. The last guy did the same thing. You were the Guardian?
Yes.
God damn, somebody getting their ass
The
beat.
last guy did the same damn thing.
You just
Shit.
on me and broke my glasses.
Destiny and others have essentially said is being a hypocrite in this situation, putting out a screenshot of Ruben
Too bad for you,
tweeting
nigga.
about Hammer Time after what happened to Paul Pelosi. Also linking to when Ruben wrote, here's hoping that AOC, Rashida, and Ilhan join Aaron Bushnell in his brave protest, who if you don't remember is the service member who lit himself on fire to protest what was happening in Gaza.
I've seen all kinds of politicians from Dan Crenshaw talking about punching Antifa people in the face and talk about violence all the time. It has become normalized in a first world country like America to engage in politics like a third world country. That's how y'all talk about violence and shit in your country. And it's not just Dems. I've seen Republicans do it. And so, do I really care that someone else made a fuck around? I don't care. This is your playground. This is the sandbox that y'all created. You want to condemn all this behavior, you guys go ahead. But as an outsider, I'm just seeing more of the same.
And the thing that happened is that you go on platforms and you call people from the left snowflakes because they're acting a certain way.
Yep.
Now look at you, you're doing the same thing.
Yeah.
You guys are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Like a
Literally
snowflake
are
is
doing
not
the
someone
same
on the
exact
left.
thing.
A snowflake is just someone that just can't handle being talked about.
Yep.
That's a snowflake, and you can be people on the right, y'all can be snowflakes too.
Yep.
Because the way you're like, I can't believe that's what they doing over there.
Absolutely.
And then you do that over there too. It's just you're the same people. You have the same MO, the same modus operandi, and you have the same way of working as them. You just have different ways of thinking, but it's the same way.
How many times during the BLM protests were people talking about mowing them down or running them over, doing all kinds of violence? That was normal.
That was normal.
That's you guys talking about your
They ain't
fellow
wrong on that.
citizens and
They're
talking
not
about how
wrong
you guys
on
want
that.
violence against them. And that was normal in the right circles. So don't sit here now and then act like somebody who doesn't care about the fact that a right winger died is some big surprise to you. You know, that to me is a little bit pathetic. That's Elon Musk pathetic. All talking about, oh, I want to run a free speech platform. You're platforming everything under the sun, from to doesn't matter who it is.
I hope that even my worst critics remain on Twitter because that is what free speech means.
Okay, you can even have the Ayatollah. He's up there. Okay, they can spew whatever they want, anti-gay, anti-black, whatever. Destiny makes that joke, and then you want a pearl clutch, bro. Get him out of here.
I mean, I would say yes. By that standard and by what he's saying on that specific topic, he's not wrong.
Get him out of here.
You can't say that this is a free speech platform, but the second that Destiny says something, now you want to pick your britches up and start booting people off of Twitter.
This is the biggest amount of pearl clutching I ever seen from most of these people, and the hypocrisy is crazy. Now, if you want to say you're not okay with what Destiny said, I ain't got a problem with that.
You're fine to say.
You can say it's bad behavior because at the end of the day, it's bad from everybody. Destiny's just engaging more with the bad. But do I actually care that all the people, all the pigs playing in the mud look like pigs? No. And I know this video is going to be unpopular with a lot of you. I also don't care. Don't ever think that I'm afraid to say what I'm going to say because it makes some of y'all upset or makes it. I don't give a shit. Is he my friend? Sure. Am I biased because of it? Probably. But honestly, when I sit back and think about it, and even when I talk about it with my people, none of them really disagreed that heavily. So that's how I feel about it. And all of this talk about, oh, you guys are afraid to talk about the I don't give a shit. I'm not American. That's your problem. That's your country, right? I generally don't talk about presidential elections in other countries. It's not my place. You wanted it, you got it. Now you're unhappy with it, door's right there.
You can't talk about freedom of speech, but then when it's not aligned with what you're thinking, you can, oh, you can't say stuff like that. That's not what freedom of speech means,
bro.
Freedom of speech actually means that the person that disagrees with you have the right to say it.
Yeah,
they have the right to say it, and depending on what they say, there's consequences. But they have the right to say it. Go ahead, say it. Say it out loud with your chest. It might not be in line with what I think. Bro, that's what freedom of speech is. So the minute you have this guy that does not agree with you and says something that you said in the past, it's still freedom of speech. Back. You want it, or they want it too, bro. And that's how it works.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts are it's pretty. You can disagree with what someone and the politics of someone. It's always going to be wild when you're gonna be like, oh yeah, if they die, man, people are gonna have a problem with that. That's for sure, You can disagree with the politics of some person and be like, yeah, disagree with the politics, but in wishing death upon a person, if death happens, I'm like, man, people are definitely gonna take they're gonna have a problem with it. I think what he was saying was a bit wild, but did he have the right to say it? I believe that he did have the right to say it. What I think was messed up thing, the weird thing, was him getting banned off all the social media and stuff like that.
To be clear, he was banned.
Damn, he got banned off of everything.
And demonetized, which is like a degenerate platform for pedos and all kinds of KK. Like, they allow everything on that platform that you could imagine in terms of degeneracy. I thought that it was weird that this was where they drew the line. But they did reinstatement, and I think he was demonetized on Twitter by Elon Musk. Free speech champion.
Yeah, the guy that says, oh, I'm going to buy this platform and I'm going to allow all the free speech, but then you got that one person that does not agree with what you're saying, and then you're doing this exact same thing. You became the enemy, right? Side note, there's this comedy night here in Montreal in French that basically it's GHB, gore, hardcore, and I don't remember what the B stands for, but basically you go in there and you do comedy and you push your jokes to the limit, and it's made for that, right? You go there and you say wild stuff in a comedy setting, right? Jokes that you're never gonna do again and everything and stuff. And I was on the stage of that thing, and I didn't remember. And I was talking the whole night. There was some other people that went on stage, made jokes about PDF files jokes and all those great jokes and stuff like that. I go on stage, I do a couple of jokes, then I do some jokes on gay people, right? And one of them in the crowd, there was a break. There was like an intermission in the show. And I saw one of the guy outside that was at the show, and he was like, oh, no, yeah, that comedian, me, I can't, like, really what he said was, no, really, I was not having it. Because, the PDF jokes was all right. The grape jokes was cool. But when it was you said, nah. You was like, nah, I'm not having it. You're a big hypocrite.
Facts.
You're a big hypocrite. I understand that comedy is just like a drunk uncle at Christmas. It's funny until he touches you. But at the end of the day, you're a big hypocrite. You're a big, huge hypocrite. And that's what it is. That my problem with that is that he's gonna be on all those platforms, like you say, the Kick platform, which obviously I'm not on the platform. I don't know, but everything you show me,
and this is what
and this is where you draw the line.
Okay,
you draw the line at F around and find out. But you got people kissing teenagers, grown-ass men kissing teenagers, and you're cool with that.
You want to laugh? All the political commentators who always talk about how the left is about deplatforming all this stuff, how many of them did I see go online and complain to Elon, talk about this is hate speech, this is inciting, blah, blah, blah. You realize that they're quick to deplatform just as much as the lefties. They'll talk about it, and they'll laugh at liberals and be like, oh, deplatform is so bad. But the moment that them like this happened, they also yell for it. So
I'm the same people.
I might have spoken about liberals a lot because that's who I spend most of my time with, but over time and spending enough time around these folks, you just realize that they engage in the exact same stuff. They dox, they deplatform, they encourage all this kind of stuff, from the biggest political commentators to the smallest ones. So
I didn't that they left and right, y'all the same people.
It really feels like
it's just because you think whenever you pause an action, you do an action, you just think it's righteous because it aligns with what you think.
Yup.
Whether it's left or right, y'all the same.
Yeah,
y'all the same people. Well, but I did it because I did it to protect. Well, they did the same thing. They're doing the same thing as well, to protect or to whatever, or to go align or to erase what is wrong, what they believe is wrong. Y'all the same.
And everything we said is factual. You guys can go look this up. You can go look up the facts that a bunch of Republicans have been calling for violence for a long time. You can go look up the fact that a bunch of people on the right, big commentators, have been calling for deplatforming for a long time. So knowing that, I don't know how you guys are going to even argue, but guess what? At the end of the day, much like Ben Shapiro loves to say, what? Facts don't care about your feelings. And I have a feeling that most of the people who reacted to this situation had a very emotional response. That's what it is. I'm detached from all of this.
You guys are quick to say facts don't care about your feelings, when
but
the facts aligns with your feelings, and then you say facts don't care about your feelings because you don't care about that fact. But when you gonna care about that fact,
They're wrong. They're not wrong.
I think the only unfortunate thing about this whole video is that it might have been out of focus. Y'all really watch this anyway, so who cares?
Yeah, you can listen to it.
But yeah. It's out of focus, but I'm not re-recording this shit.
Is the audio fire?
Audio works.
Blame the whole shit.
That's it. Anyways, let us know what you guys think in the comments below. Yo, I predict this video gonna have a.
Hey, shout out to Abba and Preach, man. Shout out to Abba and Preach. And I like how information they come with all their videos and stuff. They come with a lot of information. They come with a lot of points, facts, and they hold up their argument. So when it comes to seeing them talk about topics like that, it's cool that they said that about Destiny, because it is true that if you are going to hold a free speech platform, and the second somebody doesn't say something that doesn't align with how you feel and how you think, it is wrong as fuck for you to deplatform them off of there. Like, but yet there's people doing more wild stuff in other places, but nobody talks about deplatforming any of them, which is funny. So yeah, I mean, I guess though, at the end of the day. But hey, if y'all like the video, I will put Abba and Preach's original link to the link to the original video down below into the description. If you could comment, like, subscribe, I would deeply appreciate it. Hit that post notification bell when I'm coming with y'all with more. And yeah, let me know how y'all feel down below. I really want to see how y'all feel. I want to see how y'all feel. But yeah, I love y'all so much. And don't forget, video on this side, channel on this side. If y'all can check those out, I deeply appreciate it. But yeah, I love y'all. See y'all on the next one. Peace. Deuces. Love y'all so much.